Hello.
Hello.
We're
Hello.
we're here. It is our 90th podcast.
And for the occasion, LP decided to wear a unique outfit.
Decided to dress up. All right. Why are you doing that now? Why are you trying to organize things? I didn't ask you to do that. Okay, there we go. All right. So, yeah, another week, another podcast. We got stuff to talk about, but before we get there, Mike, go ahead.
So I'm dying in this heat. It was about 90, like 95, 98 earlier in the afternoon.
Oof.
And yeah, with the heat index going up to 100, so that was fun. Good thing I don't work outside though, or else that would be even worse. But
God awful.
but yeah, it was a good weekend. Brother came up to visit, and next week I've got the Odyssey to look forward to. So
Hell yeah.
Very,
yeah.
very nice. Very, very nice. Bree.
Gee, what was my week like? So LP's recovering from the pregnancy away surgery, so and she also had she was like born with like a little like cyst thing. I don't know what it is on her paw. I was like, she's under get it done now. But in later news, since we've been spending a lot of time inside together, I was able to finish the new episode of Lake Crap, which just got released today, which is Umbreon, she's fine. She's just kind of a little zoinked right now. But yeah, so our Captain America special's out, and then I did the last planning for the last two things that I have to do for my screenplay. So that's exciting, and just kind of did a little gaming. But it's mostly just been a trying to survive kind of week.
Nice. Nice. So God, what did I barely did anything this week. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. During the week did a little cleanup with some stuff around the house. Not all of the ductwork and everything is done. Everything's completely installed, so I can start moving things back into the spots that they were previously in. I went out of town this weekend. I went and visited the Hatfields, did some fun stuff there, and got to stay with them. But most importantly, I got to do a thing I have been wanting to do for, my God, encroaching on 20 years now. I finally, and I mean finally, got to meet Michelle Ruff.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, these situations are never good for me to even attempt to keep a straight face, and it's a good thing this was taken about 10 minutes after I first started talking to her. But we get up to her, and everything else was doing pretty okay. This is a better autograph setup than this con had previously, because oh boy, was it a nightmare last year. But get in line, and I don't want to say hyperventilating, but I'm like partially like short of breath. And like the person before me had like a series of posters that they wanted signed, so he like asked me to help him like hold them down. So I'm like sitting there trying to fight back tears as I'm helping this dude get his stuff signed by her. And going to assume as her husband was her helper. He's going through all this stuff, looking at that. And then I get up to her, and before I can even start talking, I like break into tears, and she like full force grabs my hand and just looks at me. She's like, "Honey, are you gonna be okay?" I'm like, like I've been waiting for this for a long time, and start bawling, explain to her about the hard times everything got me through and all of that. And she's just not even like she wasn't even trying to be anything about it. She's just like staring. She's like waiting for me to get done talking because she doesn't want to interrupt me. And get through all of it, just talk, do all that, show her the tattoo and stuff like that. We start talking more, gets around the table, it gets like that, hugs me, we get ready to do the photo and all that, and talking, and gave off some extra stuff, like some sticker collections and everything she had sitting there, and then she just goes, I'm really happy I got to meet you. It means a lot to me that we got to talk like this. And I start crying again. And then she hugs me, and her husband comes and hugs me. And it's just like, it's really happy we get to meet genuinely big fans like you. This means a lot, truly. Like, thank you. I'm gonna get out of here before I keep crying. She laughed. She's like, you're all good. And walk away. But she's an absolute just doll of a human being. I also got to meet Tamsi's voice actor from Gachaka. I talked with him for quite a long time about the manga. And yeah, that was talking with him about the music and everything, and like there was barely people in his lines. Me and him probably talked for a good like 20 minutes. But then got to talk to Christopher Walkamp, the guy who voices Engine, for quite a while. That was really good. Yeah, it was a really nice little con. I got to talk with some cosplayers that I met in Milwaukee, and I've gone to like some Chicago cons and stuff with them too, so that was really nice. And now I don't have an actual convention until you did green screen her thing, didn't you?
Yes.
I was waiting for you to put Walker Johnson's face over the back.
I'd have to resize it.
But anyway, yeah, it was really nice. But and I started doing me and my friend are finally getting back into finishing our long running, or moving more on our long running Ruby fanfiction that we've worked on for a while, so that's something. Been editing and making a giant lore doc for that thing to make it easier on the both of us. I'm a lot better at remembering small details than he is, so he's like, can you make me something? I remember the macro shit, but like other stuff. But yeah, besides that, not a lot. I was going to yesterday, but I zonked out really fucking hard. So this next week, I'm going to start playing Pal World because version 1 released this past week. So the actual like game is out. And the people I normally play with got to put in like 20 hours this past weekend in the new server we have set up. And it's ridiculous how it's basically a new game. Like, you just had regular flat ground and a couple other things. They added like a whole island that is like 2/3 the size of the original, just on the other side of this big giant world tree that's there. There's floating islands with other shit that was never there before. There's like an actual story in it now with a shit ton of extra missions and other things. It's indentured servitude with Pokemon, but like it's really fun. It's like really fun. And I laugh so hard because I get in arguments with people, including people that I know, about how since this Sony thing has come up, that they're like, oh, I'm just ripping on Sony. I rip on every company that does stupid things. I'm like, we're going to get into it about some things that Xbox did recently, but I'm like, Nintendo has artificially never let anything they ever own go on sale, like, ever. But we never give them shit about that. And they've been recently ripping games out of the eStore to resell them as physical updated copies for the Switch 2. And they also tried to sue the pants off of Pal World because they made a better game. They tried to copyright the ability to summon things in a video game. And now recently, the rumors coming out with like a couple verified sources that they're looking to skyrocket all the prices of their Pokemon games. Do you know what Pal World did when their version 1 came out? They went, a bunch of you guys played with us, we're not going to raise the price. It's going to stay $30. Do you know how many congruent players they have on Steam? As of last me checking, 185,000.
All right.
Those are Call of Duty numbers. I don't want to hear anyone. If you're going to give smoke to one gaming company, we need to give it to all of them.
Yep.
This is dumb. If you want the entire business to get better, you cannot just get on your high horse when one company makes a mistake and then do it for good guy points. We're going to get into that more with Stupid as a Stupid Does, but fake activism is worse than real and worse than not doing it at all because it's really obvious when it's fake. And we need to stop doing it, otherwise you shouldn't do it at all. Good lord, but all right. Anyway, let me get these comments back on here. Okay. So, now we're in the actual doc here. We have a good amount of buy or sells here. Mike, actually, I'm going to start this off with a different one because we started off with it last week, and apparently it's been heavily redacted instantly. Mike, buy or sell that Patrick Stewart says no, he's actually not retiring after Avengers Doomsday. I can't imagine ever officially retiring. I'll always be and forever be an actor.
I will buy this even more if there's a meme out there of Patrick Stewart doing the Jordan Belfort, I'm not fucking leaving.
Like,
you should just make that, Mike, honestly.
He's if he turns into the Terry Funk of acting. For those that don't know, Terry Funk is a wrestler that's mostly known for doing extreme hardcore matches. And oh man, how old was Terry Funk when he died? How old was Terry Funk when he died? He was 79. That guy was doing death matches in his 70s.
What?
Like, he just didn't retire. Like, Terry never stayed retired. The man was a menace. But, yeah, anyway. So he's the Miyazaki of acting. That's part of it. All right. Bree, buy or sell that Blue Beetle will reportedly appear in Man of Tomorrow.
If it's with the same actor, which I'm assuming it is the case because the Blue Beetle movie kind of came like midway through, then yeah, I'd buy that because that kid kind of got screwed.
He did, and everyone likes to forget. Mike, what was the first movie that James Gunn said was canon to the DCU?
Blue Beetle.
Everyone likes to forget that because nothing officially ties to anything else in that damn movie other than the fact that he says that George Lopez's dad, I forget his name, jokes about Batman being a
fascist.
A fascist, yeah. Like, there's nothing else tying it to Snyder's movies at all. There's literally nothing. So that movie is free game to put it wherever the fuck they want it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good. People should go watch that movie.
Yes. I'm even due for a rewatch eventually.
Yeah. There's a needle drop with Cypress Hill in that movie, and it's fucking fantastic. We need to have more needle drops with rap songs in movies. Just period. Not even superhero movies exclusively. Bree, buy or sell that the My Hero Academia live-action adaptation is apparently in the works, written by Jason Fuchs, the writer of Wonder Woman, Ice Age, Continental Drift, Argyle, and many more.
Oh, yes, this movie that is still totally happening, but I can't imagine a better combination between My Hero Academia and the cinematic masterpiece that is Argyle.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, Mike, buy or sell that Kevin Feige reveals that X-Men will release very soon after Avengers Secret Wars. After Secret Wars, the mutants are coming. The X-Men are coming, and that's the big dream of mine. I've started with X-Men many, many years ago. We'll bring a new version of X-Men, a new version into the MCU is going to be very exciting.
I buy that this statement is technically correct, but I don't buy the very. I think it's going to be.
Oh well, I
maybe
think we're going to be seeing. I think we're going to be seeing our first because come on, Sadie Sink is fucking Jean Grey. Like I don't know who anyone else is getting.
It's only a matter of time before they reveal that.
But because it's like, Peter's having a mutant problems. What city is Peter in? New York City. Where is Xavier's Institute?
He is, but he has had mutant problems without mutants existing.
Right, but
it's a radioactive problem.
Right, but the fact they say mutants and Bruce Banner can't help him, and there happens to be, experts on that live in the States. I'm just saying. Yes, experts.
Yes. I don't know. I'm just going to be... And when they say very soon, I think that means you're not going to have to wait 5 movies. I think that means it's going to be like the next movie.
Yeah, which... That makes sense.
Very soon meaning it comes out the next day. In movie context, very soon means a different thing.
Yeah, like late 2028 or something.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's gonna be that long. It's funny. I almost feel bad for whoever takes up the mantles for these characters, because if you've watched X-Men '97, you know.
We will
just,
get to that soon.
I know, but it's just specifically funny in reference to like the MCU. It just shows how long animation takes, but we'll see.
It do, but no matter what, people aren't going to like it just because it's not the thing they want, even though the thing they want was a horrified mess outside of a couple of good things, and then we like to say just because it's going to be in the MCU, that automatically means it's going to be bad. That train of thought we really need to get over and stop acting like children.
Yep.
We really need to stop that train of thought because it is legitimately childish and dumb. Alright, Bree, oh, she's gone. I will do it. Or Bree, buy or sell.
No, I'm here in spirit.
Buy or sell that the live-action Naruto movie is now in pre-production. Directed by Destin J. Neill Cretton. Global casting search has begun to cast Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not also Lionsgate?
I believe it is.
That's what I'm saying. So I think
Maybe.
both that and My Hero Aka, but maybe I'm mistaken. But
Maybe.
good luck.
I have faith that it'll happen with Destin Daniel Cretton and it'll be okay. I hope they don't make Sakura an unbelievably whiny bitch. Because, everyone I've heard that talks about the manga will bring up how fucking different she is in the anime. And apparently she's not like that so frickin' ever in the manga. So, I don't know. You got me. This synopsis is so fucking weird. I guess I will do this. Brock, buy or sell that Keanu Reeves reveals his next film is Groundhog's Day meets Jaws. The film follows a smuggler who is stuck in a time loop fighting with pirates and sharks while on a mission at sea. I buy the cracked out pothead that came up with this idea. Big time. Ay.
Yeah,
Well,
that sounds like something that I would definitely catch at like a late night screening on a Friday night.
Absolutely. Kishimoto's fine at drawing women. It's just his women aren't good at being adapted. If we're gonna be honest, because I've read some panels that are the versions of what shows up in the anime. They're very different. Very different.
And Bleach is exactly the same way, and it's the same studio.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's the old Poro adaptational early 2000s special. Poro's good now, but some of the choices they made with their big Shonen Jump properties is, even going far back as Yu Yu Hakusho, is just, let's just say, interesting.
Yeah, it was called Luther Corp in Smallville. But, yeah. Poro was the old, I want an episode a week for the rest of existence. I don't care how much filler you have to put in it. Yeah, because, that's good for pacing. Mike, buy or sell that a Free Willy reboot is in the works at Warner Brothers and the Russo brothers are producing.
Why now? Why this?
Why at all?
Yeah, why everything?
How are you going to, again, make a good movie about we freed the whale?
Because it's all about freedom, man. Freeing that Willy.
I mean, I do that and people get upset with me. But, Yu Yu Hakusho have a bunch... Mike, did Yu Yu Hakusho have a bunch of filler?
See, I haven't read the manga. I just know that...
So, from what I understand with the manga, which, ironically, so, the first Bleach anime and Yu Yu Hakusho they were both directed by Noriyuki Abe, but I don't think Yu Yu Hakusho ever had its last chapter adapted in the anime.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. From what I heard that it was never adapted.
I don't know if there are filler as much... I don't recall their filler as much as anime. Hey, Eli. If you think DBZ had filler, I would like to let you know and introduce you to a grand old piece of media property called One Piece.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need PTSD about Water 7 because I had to reference that in a freelance video. God bless you. That I did. Low-key, that made me quit the anime. Because keep seeing them, like, jump down the waterfall saying, I want to live for 5 episodes straight, made me want to kill myself. Yes, it did.
How many episodes? I just need to look up something. How many episodes is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Alright, currently, there is 191 episodes of JoJo. 191.
That's
Now,
more digestible.
I'm going to let you guys know that there is basically zero filler in the JoJo's animes. Now, I'm also going to let you know that the JoJo's manga is if you line up the books, is a half size bigger than One Piece. How many episodes is One Piece anime? So, when I told you that the manga of JoJo is currently a half a size bigger with lined up books at 191 episodes. One Piece at 75% the length manga wise of JoJo's is 1,160 episodes long.
That math is not mathing.
No, it doesn't. It's fucking ridiculous. I've never seen Bleach or One Piece. I know an anime fan card get revoked on that statement. I have not watched One Piece, and I've only watched some of Bleach, so you're okay. Basically, you can have you mentioned you watched DBZ, so you get to keep your anime card. That's one that everyone's just kind of like, you've watched anime, it's fine. Alright. I guess I'll buy this one. Absolute Batman has no plans to end anytime soon. The series is already mapped out through issue 50, and that's not the end. The first section is kind of like the giant first year of Batman's life. It's the end of the first big cycle about Batman becoming who he needs to be and fighting the Joker. I buy the ever-living shit out of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be okay if they just did Absolute Batman until its run's done. I just kind of would be okay with it. Because it's really, like, refreshing. It's just the right amount of fucked up. If anyone's keeping up with that and what Bruce found where his parents were supposed to be buried and all that shit that's going on, it's fucking awesome. It's really good. Like, astonishingly good. And I don't want that universe to stop under any set of circumstances. It's like, I just don't know. It's so fucking good. Alright, so I guess this, since I'm the only one, how many issues is that now? I think it's like in the 20s? How many issues is Absolute Batman? For some reason, I want to say it's in the 20s, but yeah, it's 25. Yeah, it's at 25 issues right now. Another one that I'll do the Buy or Sell for, since it's the only one that really played it. Buy or Sell that Pal World has hit 40 million players right before its 1.0 release, making it have 8 million more players than Pokemon Red or Blue.
Wow.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Makes me really happy. All right. So, we talked at the start of this about how activism and protesting is really fucking dumb when it's performative. And I got an example or two here of really dumb performative activism. So, I've got a thing here from a guy that we're just gonna bring this up here. This little image here. Oh, Get this to the right one. Come on. There we go. So this here, we ain't gonna forget the bullshit digital formats just like that. Once again, fuck you, motherfucking PlayStation and Sony. We want physical format, not digital games that don't belong to us. And then this picture. Anyone looking at home, I want you to show me what probably is possibly wrong with this picture to show that they actually don't give a shit about boycotting Sony right now, and they weren't giving a shit in the first place. Do you notice how he doesn't have a physical game past the Wii?
Oh, yep.
And how he doesn't have a game period that isn't for a Nintendo console?
Yep.
It's almost like you didn't give a shit about PlayStation anyway. And you don't buy physical media as it is, because if you did and you're only a Nintendo player, where are all your Switch games?
Right?
It's almost like you don't actually give a shit, but you're just using it as an excuse for console warring, which is fucking stupid and immature.
It's very stupid and immature.
It's very
And
stupid.
it's like, I get one thing if, you used to collect games and you just want to collect vintage games, that's fine, but like, you're starting shit in. It's like, it's so corny.
Yep, and then, don't worry, it gets better. So, I love all my gaming devices equally, from PC to console. Bending over and tell PlayStation, thank you, Daddy. Hey, did you notice how this person who's making this post doesn't have a single device on him that plays physical games?
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like you didn't give a shit either.
I mean, I guess the Switch 2 has key cards, but yeah, the other ones, that's woof.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do another one here. This person selling all this stuff all the way down, saying they're getting rid of everything that they have for their PlayStation. You didn't game that much if you only had 4 games to get rid of. But also, there's a little thing that doesn't make a lot of sense. Right at the bottom here, there's a purchase for a stand for a PlayStation. If you're getting rid of this, why would you buy a stand? And I heard a lot of people go, hey, Brock, actually, at Best Buys, they make you buy the parts for your system that come with the system, and they charge you back on it. Cool. Do you know what doesn't come with PS5 Slims? PlayStation stands. They made a big deal about how PlayStation were greedy bastards because they sold them separately. So this person sold their other system and most likely bought stuff to get an upgraded one like a Pro and tried to hide it by bending the obviously very long receipt, because you can see the sumbitch bends up back that way.
Mm-hmm.
Again, hate people, but hate them honestly. Don't try to hide that you're upgrading your system. This is really fucking stupid. This
And the dumb
makes
thing
all
is,
of it look
they
dumb.
acted like that they would have noticed, like, at least crop it. Like, I don't know, you bend the seat, just put it flat and, like, crop it. This is just lazy.
This is just stupid. This ruins all of the type of things that you guys are actively trying to do. And the more I'm seeing people going, fuck PlayStation because they don't support digital games, and in the same sense they're seeing, switch to Xbox, we have it better with Game Pass. So, you want to switch from a system to where you can still buy the damn game, and you hate physical media because it takes away your ownership, but you're encouraging people to then switch to a system that doesn't even encourage you buying games at all, but to use them as a subscription service.
The math isn't mathing.
None of you actually care! None!
And you know what? This is just further vindicating why I quit using Twitter. God, almost going on 3 years now, because I'm just tired of this bullshit. Like, I'm tired of people being fake, especially when it comes to like gaming and entertainment.
Yep.
Like you can have an opinion and all. Like, I'm not saying that you can't have an opinion, but it's like you're just making shit and trying to start shit just to like get the algorithm, just to kind of get, that serotonin, and it's just like, stop.
It is. Now, I'm going to put the last nail in the coffin here. I saw all these people that they're like, you know what? Boycott Sony. Cool. Boycott Sony by not buying digital games. That's what you should be doing. Then I saw a bunch of people going, we're going to cancel our pre-order of physical games.
Which ones?
The only ones coming out, like Ragnarok or like Laufey and stuff like that. I'm like, A, you're proving you don't want physical games to them subsequently by canceling pre-orders for physical games. But also, do you know how I know no one cares? Do you really want to know how I know no one cares?
Please
they all
enlighten
went,
us.
fuck Sony, boycott them. That was 2 weeks ago? And then I want to say it was that Tuesday, the PlayStation Store got pre-orders that beat GTA 6 for the #1 pre-order and sale item in the store. Do you know what that game was? It was the digital-only available version of Black Ops.
Shocker.
A fucking PS3 game! I'm going to get rid of Sony. I'm gonna fuck those guys. I can't do it. They literally crashed the fucking store because they couldn't have a backbone for longer than a week. Protest something, but be real about it, you fucking pansies. None of this performative... Well, actually, I'm the good guy, and I live because my entire personality is being a white knight for shit I actually don't care about. Stop it! You're a bunch of fucking losers. You don't care. If you're actually going to protest, go sell your fucking systems. Go shut off your fucking subscriptions. Actually do something. Stop this. I'm going to just sit back and wait and not do anything, but I'm going to keep my subscription up and not sell my system and wait till it blows over and keep supporting them because I actually don't give a fuck and want you guys to do the work for me. Stop it!
And it's like, and Brock, like, I'm not gonna get political, but like, all, like, the political spectrums, and, like, everyone, like, fucking does that. And it's super annoying.
It's super annoying. It all becomes the, you know what? It becomes the, you're not mad about this, but you really should be. No, actually, I'm fine. It doesn't affect me the way the media says it does. Trust me. My side of the aisle says it affects you, and I'm going to make sure you know how much it affects you.
You know what? If they really gave a shit, and they wanted to protest, they're like, cool. Why are you firing union devs? Why aren't they unionized? Like, saying, hey, until you recognize their union, I ain't buying shit. Yep. And you know what? It would be such an easy thing to do, like, not buy a game, because you're like, what are you saving, $60, $80? It's like the most minimal, like, low effort fucking thing you can do. Like, no one's asking you, I mean, it would be nice if you would, no one's asking you to get a t-shirt or, like, go to the picket lines, no one's asking you to do that.
Umbreon, that's exactly what I was fucking... You made a fantastic point. I'm gonna boycott PlayStation on Twitter while I pay my digital version of Destiny. The game that everyone blames Sony for killing, by the way, when their devs openly came out and said, we would have shut down entirely if they didn't buy us, because we lied about our value. Like, going back on the union devs, we're gonna go into it here. If everybody cared about people's livelihoods, they'd be more upset with Xbox right now, who's firing people like it's going out of style.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're trying to replace them with a bunch of AI suits. But apparently, we don't care about hating on AI anymore, because that doesn't get us the algorithm clicks like PlayStation does right now. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, they're...
no, they have...
They have. I'm trying to... It's not just Rockstar. There's another one that's doing it too. I want to say it's a branch of Ubisoft that's doing it too. Shit. I can't remember which one though. It's Rockstar, it's Ubisoft. It's one of Xbox's studios too. I can't remember which one underneath it because they only have one studio that has a union. There's a couple. But yeah, because Ubisoft with their smash hit Black Ops Resynced celebrated by laying off like 60 workers.
Oh, what, their quadruple A game didn't do the numbers?
No, it did. That's what's stupid. It sold 2 million copies in less than a day. And then they went, rousing success. Good job. All of you leave. Here's the problem. It's a really good fucking game. So it's like, you should be celebrated, not losing your jobs. And this is the problem with staffing. And it's still coming down from COVID. They're like, we just finished this game. We don't know what to do with you. So instead of taking 20 seconds to think of something, we're just going to let you go. Come up with another game. Do you know what company does this the best? Capcom. They're like, we have 7,000 teams working on video games right now. Hey, ours is taking a little bit. Is that fine? You're like, absolutely. We're going to have 14 Resident Evil games coming out next month, and they're all going to make $14 billion. So you're good? Go. Like, Drink or Pepsi bought for what? This is my favorite thing to bring up. When I talk about people, and it's a bunch of people that I work with, they'll be like, this is my exact impersonation of everyone that hates capitalism. Gotta make sure I get this right. Oh my fucking god, capitalism's the absolute worst. Oh, no, wait, I gotta get my Gucci purse out of my Prada bag while I sip on my Starbucks and complain about how much I fucking hate capitalism. Oh my gosh!
Quick question, are they in a union?
No.
Then they should shut the fuck up! Because that's literally why unions exist!
They don't care. I'm gonna be honest, most of them that say that wouldn't know what a union was!
No, the unions exist to fight the capitalism monster.
No, because a bunch of fucking 16-year-olds that are just like, all versions of capitalism is bad. Let's go get this thing they call socialism, even though they've tried socialism 48 million times and it's only worked in like 2 nations that actually aren't socialist, but people like to call them that. Well, like that's getting political. We're not gonna fucking get into it. Anyway, so gaming news. We got a lot of PlayStation and Xbox stuff going on here, and we're gonna be on with okay, so the biggest hurdle that was going to come up, the biggest irony is because capitalism is needed to keep studios alive, but people would rather pay for Xbox Game Pass. Thank you very much, Umbreon. It's almost like when you give something for free, it doesn't make money. Anyway, the EU says they cannot stop Sony from scrapping physical discs. The EU commissioner says companies are free to offer games and services in a manner upon which they see fit. This, as much as I was figuring that was going to happen, is weird because they got pissed at Sony for this for something else recently. It was near COVID. I can't remember it. But they were very much, and it's the same dude who's the head of this committee that changed his mind. And it's only the EU that was having the biggest problem with this at first. So I don't know. That's going to clear, that was basically the biggest one because the EU made the biggest hurry because, was that the EU that was making a big stink, or was that EU making a stink about the Xbox merger? It was one of the two, because I know we talked about it.
It might have been both.
It very well could have been both. But, yeah, it's one of those things, and here's the thing. One thing that I want, and I'm going to be open and honest about it, everybody claiming that they're upset that Sony has not said anything other than the fact that they're discontinuing physical games, and that they've been quiet on Twitter, I don't know what else you physically want them to say. The only thing they need to come up with a plan for is how you're going to, if it all becomes digital, because my god, even if they stop now, it's going to happen no matter fucking what. It'll be someone else doing it. It's an inevitable future that's going to happen. there needs to be a way to transition your physical games onto digital, and then once you do that, there needs to be a way to protect them. Because
what they need is a crisis manager. Because
yeah,
I mean, they needed like a PR crisis manager. Because I agreed, like them like ignoring and not saying everything. I don't think that's working either. But I'm like, no matter what they say, no one's going to be 100% happy. Like, there's going to be people still pissed off, but they need like a crisis management firm because what they're doing ain't working. It's just making people angrier.
It's making people angrier, but I honestly don't know what they could have said afterwards that would have made them happy.
Yeah, they're kind of stuck right now.
I don't see, other than them saying, no, we're not doing it anymore, I don't see a response they could have put on Twitter that would have made people happy. They could have gave away free PS6s and it still would have made people upset.
But I think to kind of put off, continue what you said, Brock, I think, if they maybe had a plan saying, hey, this is going to be our transition plan for, like, ensuring that your games stay yours forever, like, no matter what, like, whatever that would be. If it's like something like an iLock, just something that's like a digital wallet that only you have, saying we can't take it. It is encrypted to your drive. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. I think just the big mistake that they made was not so much saying that they're going to stop doing digital physical media. It's the fact that they didn't tell like their partners, and they just kind of like dropped the bomb instead of like having like a state of play type of thing, saying like, hey, this is what the future of PlayStation's going to be. I think just dropping that was probably like the worst thing that they did.
The way they did it, and Umbreon kind of feels the same way I do, is that they could have said, fuck you, we're stopping today. That would have been the worst. But the fact that they've done 2 years to me is kind of nuts, because I'm not saying they care. Whatsoever am I not saying they care. But that is kind of generous in a big CEO corpo, we give a shit about money sort of way. But again, I think why that 2-year date got made is because that's when the new system's coming out, and that's why they said that. But we're gonna bring it in later. Supposedly, as soon as next week, the rumor is that Xbox is going to come out with a system that convert your physical games to digital. And people are cheering this as a slam against Sony.
Even though it's probably been in the development for the last 18 months at least.
It is, probably, but that just puts you into the exact problem you're complaining with Sony taking away physical games. Because the exact wording is the system to take your current games and give you digital licenses. That's not digital ownership,
just
licenses. So there needs to be a statement from everyone that makes digital games for you to be safe. Because one company isn't going to give you digital ownership if the other ones don't give a shit. What would be the point? I'm not trying to be mean, but as far as businesses go, they're not gonna give a shit. Because they aren't needing to give a shit. And that's
because no one gives them an incentive to give a shit.
None whatsoever. And that's what no one seems to comprehend in this. Like, I saw that someone's bringing up today, they're like, hey, did you know that petition has 300,000 signatures? And like,
so?
Yeah. If it gets 1 million signatures and 1 million people cancel PlayStation Plus, they would lose 2% of their business on PlayStation Plus. 2%. You would have to get like upwards of 10 million people to sign that sumbitch to actually make a difference. And that thing has come from momentum to a screeching halt. And I just anyway, all right. Brazil has proposed a bill for new protections for gamers. After support ends, publishers need to enable either offline play or provide the community with tools to keep the game running or offer proportional refunds. Publishers will have disclosure online server requirements to guarantee at least 2 years of support after the launch in Brazil. Players would need to be notified with at least 180 days before a game's online services are shut down. Lawmakers also requested investigation into Sony's for the disc production. So
I mean, these sound all reasonable, requests.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I want them to throw in there that you should get ownership of a fucking digital game. But anyway, now we're going to get into the things that I think more people should be talking about, but they aren't because it's not being done by Sony. Gamer wins lawsuit against Microsoft to restore his entire account and digital library. Microsoft gamer wins lawsuit against Microsoft. A sole Xbox gamer seemingly won an important judgment against Microsoft, which requires a tech giant to restore the user's suspended Xbox account and accompanying video game library. Ordo Liberal said that the Brazilian court has ordered Microsoft to reverse its decision to revoke access to this user's account and library after it was hacked. Engadget reached out to Microsoft for comment and will update with the story after we hear back. The saga began 3 months ago after Ordo Liberal, who detailed the situation on Reddit, explaining that Microsoft froze their account after there was an unauthorized access. Instead, the only option we have is to permanently suspend this account to prevent any further use. Instead of making a new account and creating a digital library from scratch, Ordo Liberal filed a lawsuit against Microsoft. The gamer explained on Reddit that hiring a public defendant to sue Microsoft came at no cost thanks to Brazil's stances on consumer protection cases. According to the judgment, Microsoft has 15 days to restore Ordo Liberal's account or it will face the penalty of 150... Oh boy.
Reyes?
Reyes? Or about $30 a day until it's resolved with a cap of 1,500 Reyes, roughly $300. The court ordered Microsoft to pay 2,000 Reyes, or around 400 to Ordo Liberal. The case may not as much as a monetary impact of similar class action lawsuits, but offers a glimmer of hope for many consumers who are becoming increasingly concerned with companies switching to digital-only libraries. So, again, it's almost like Sony's not the only one just ripping shit out when they don't feel like it. Microsoft also recently ripped a bunch of movies out of people's accounts for other things because they lost contract stuff. But again, nobody wants to give smoke to more than one company at a fucking time. Of course, no one's giving a shit about this.
That's what I'm saying. If you were truly an anti-capitalist, you'd give all the smoke all the time.
You would. And exactly, going on to the next thing, where there was another guy that got the same fucking lawsuit like a week later. This report comes shortly after Microsoft faced backlash after a high-profile account recovery case where an Xbox player successfully won a lawsuit against the company after claiming it had been locked out of his account. Now another Microsoft user came forward with claims their account has been permanently deleted, costing them thousands of digital purchases as well as years of personal files, including photos of their son as a baby. Streamer Josh Quain shared that the situation on X, claiming Microsoft deleted his account and associated OneDrive storage even after confirming it was the account owner and that he had been compromised. In the post, Microsoft deleted my OneDrive after acknowledging that I'm the owner of the account that I've been compromised. 25 fucking years of data, thousands of euros spent on games, and my son's baby pictures gone. All because Microsoft couldn't bring back a compromised account. One of the biggest companies ever to do it says they delete shit like it was nothing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no. But the AI is going to make it run so much better.
AI is going to make it run smoother. We've also forgotten about that whole thing. The whole company's being taken over by AI, the thing we used to riot about every fucking day, but now we just don't care because it's not Sony. Again, I have an active Xbox account with like 300 games on it. I like both. You need to hate both. My God. All right. Now that we talked about that already. Okay. Xbox expected Game Pass to have 77 million subscribers by this year. Game Pass currently has 30 million subscribers, down by 4 million subscribers 2 years ago.
So, how's that billion players a day thing going? Because I don't know.
1 billion players. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Oh, it's so dumb. That's the same company that's making like bikini edits of Asha because, their fan base is normal.
Oh.
All right, breaking. Obsidian Entertainment is making a biggest pivot as part of Xbox's restructuring, has laid off a quarter of its staff, canceled its planned Avowed sequel, and is now beginning work on a new Fallout game, according to people familiar with the plans. And the Fallout sequel is being made by them. I got that into the article because I'm not reading that whole damn thing. Because Asha said that basically someone needed to be making a Fallout game. And it's being made by the same guy that directed New Vegas, but the guy that directed New Vegas said he didn't want to make another Fallout game. So now it's starting to do the crackdown of, hey, we're only making big titles. So you're only making the big titles, don't think of anything else. But in a second part of that by Jason Schreier, he also came up with a short edit that Obsidian has a small team working on Avowed 2 that's going to still work on Avowed even though it's canceled, while it waits for other projects like Fallout to be ready for them, maybe in hopes that it getting uncanceled is actually further along than most people would guess, the sequel to the game that came out last year. So I think perhaps they're getting close enough to finish that Xbox will look at it and say, you can finish it and release it, it won't cost much more to finish it.
Still, that doesn't seem super optimistic.
It doesn't seem super optimistic. You know what else doesn't seem super optimistic? Bethesda HR forced staff to remove a memorial of laid-off colleagues.
Wow.
Oh, fuck them.
That's hate it.
Yeah, on Monday, Xbox and Microsoft began cutting thousands of jobs across all its subsidiary studios, including id Software, Obsidian, and Activision. Although the spun-off, sold-off studios like Double Fine and Ninja Theory, it is a corporate bloodbath which has become common at Xbox, and one of the ones that will continue with more layoffs expected to be announced for the next 12 months. On Tuesday, they reported by Bethesda Game Studios, the BGS team in Austin set up a small celebration of service memorial featuring photos of staff members that have been let go to pay tribute to those who lost their jobs to show in solidarity with challenging times. Employees of the main Bethesda studio in Rockville, Maryland, were inspired to do the same. On Monday morning, the BGS main account posted a photo showing the memorial of laid-off devs, but a minute later claims HR demanded they remove it. So, apparently, you can't have anything nice sitting inside your studio because you don't want to be reminded you might be next.
See, this is what I mean. This is like such anti-union shit.
Yep.
But see, like, they're not going to complain about that because it's always like the me. I'm like, first of all, that's like such. And I'm not like fully anti-capitalist either, but I'm like very like
shit about it needs to change.
But like, to me, that you're making the issue just solely about you is like such a capitalist mindset.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you're like that worried about like my games, my this, blah 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 blah. But I'm like, what about the real people behind them? What about them? Their livelihoods are gone. What the fuck are they supposed to do? So like, and you were gonna get pissy because you might have some moral quandaries about your $80 game and your like $900 system that you buy. I'm like, grow up.
This is the same people that said, shut down as many studios as you want as long as we keep Game Pass. I like some of the worst people on the planet are gamers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you and Microsoft deserve each other.
It's fucking ridiculous. All right. Anyway, so that one I'm actually going to keep around for Kiona to get in on because I know he's going to want a part of that. All right. The Elder Scrolls 6 will suffer because of Xbox layoffs, says Bethesda staff. They expect delays, crunch, losing generational talent, and staff being replaced by contractors. This has a crushing effect on morale. This game that
clearly exists,
that is supposedly still, it has been, according to them, 3 years away for 7 years.
What?
By the way, gotta just put up the timer here. How long ago was Elder Scrolls 6 announced? 8 years ago. in June of 18. They announced it with the title card, and then I believe they didn't start working on it for like 5 years. Because in Todd Howard's words, we had to remind them that we were making a sequel. We didn't forget you're making a sequel to one of the most remade and resold games on the planet. You can play it on your fucking fridge, for Christ's sake. I remember that Elder Scrolls is happening.
Honestly, I think I might fucking hate Bethesda.
It's so stupid. All right. So, that's another one I'm going to keep as part of Kiona because it's a part of the same exact thing. All right. So, 1600. Hold on. Did I cut off part of that? Nuked in the ground. No, I did not. All right. 1,674 video games journalists have quit the industry since 2020. 300 already left in 2026 alone. That was just data collected that I had to bring in to show how much actual journalists are no longer talking to you about games. Just random fanboys are now. That's the digital licensing we've talked about. Oh yeah, here was a good one. Hey guys, remember the person that cut like the start of like 4,000 people loose last week?
Mm-hmm.
She's been appointed as an advisor to the U.S. Federal Reserve, and she will help access economic impact of general purpose technologies, including artificial intelligence. So the person who's supposed to help deal with people getting jobs, they hired the most pro AI person in the United States as an advisor.
Smart move there.
And no one is upset about this. This is being cheered online from what I've seen. Because of the team she plays for. This is when I talk about people aren't actually upset about things.
Nope.
Because they should be upsetting. Like, very upsetting. Love when people are actually upset about things. Alright, something that actually made me happy. It's never gonna fucking happen, but it makes me happy that someone wants to do it. Crash and Spyro Studio Toys for Bob's has reiterated that they would love to work on Rare and Xbox's dormant Banjo-Kazooie series. It's an opportunity if ever arose, that'd be amazing. We love that franchise. That has been my favorite game series for like 13 years until Horizon came out. And it's also been the carrot on the stick for Phil Spencer to try and get people to like hope they would make one, because do you remember when Banjo and Kazooie got added to Smash?
Oh my god, yeah. Like
the world exploded?
Mm-hmm.
Almost as much as they exploded when they saw like Steve and Sora.
Yeah. And then after that, Phil Spencer comes out and goes, "Oh man, do you guys really still like Banjo and Kazooie? We like I always knew someone liked them and all that, but it's like, man, we should really do something with that. I know that me and Sacha are like real big fans of giving the fans what they want." 2 days later, Sacha goes, "Nobody likes platformers. We're not making them."
What?
The internet exploded just because you put these characters in a fucking cross-platform fighter. Are you kidding me? For those who don't remember, Rare with Nintendo in the 90s was about as good as the Bulls in the 90s. And now they make like a game and no one cares about it. They were switched to Kinect games for a long time. Because Microsoft...
God, that's right.
Yeah, because Microsoft forced them to make the third Banjo-Kazooie game about a fucking cart-making game.
Honestly, if Microsoft is really worried about debt, like, they could probably get, like, a couple bucks for Banjo. Like, they should just sell
it to Nintendo!
Yeah,
For
there we
the
go.
love of Christ, sell it to Nintendo! Oh, dude, they'd make so much money. They'd make so much money. Just like re-release and re-pretty up the earlier games.
I mean,
Alright.
like, here's like proof of that. Like, if we're just talking about Nintendo, everyone's like, Star Fox 64. I can't believe they're making Star Fox 64 again. It sold a lot, saying, I think Star Fox 64 is like the best Nintendo remake ever.
Yep.
After complaining that he wouldn't do it, I'm like,
This is what always happens. Every time a remake comes out, they're like, this is fucking pointless. Why do we have this? I don't wanna, blah, blah, blah. And then Resync sells 2 million copies within a day.
but also, like, the last time Star Fox came out, wasn't it like 2 console gens ago?
I think so.
Like, I don't think there was ever an HD version of the game before, so they just skipped HD and they did 4K instead.
What was that Platinum game that Star Platinum made? Because I believe they made one that came out on the Switch. I believe they made one. No, I was wrong. It was a Wii U.
That's what I said.
Barely scraped it out.
That's what I'm saying, so that's 2 console gens ago.
Yeah. I remembered it was close to that time period, but I couldn't remember if it was on the Switch or not.
Yeah, I don't think it was close enough to where it was a Breath of the Wild situation where technically that was a Wii U game that just happened, that it got ported to Switch too.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about fucking advertising blunders? My God, the Wii U.
Which is
I
a
had
shame
one of them
because
things.
it could have been a good system. I never got it, but there was like no games for it.
They also called it the Wii U. People legitimately thought it was a peripheral for the Wii, so they didn't buy it.
I
Like
mean, it's dumb, but then we wouldn't have gotten the Switch. So maybe, like,
I'm not saying good things can't happen out of bad things, but like, fuck. Because when you look at what a Wii U is,
it's basically like a proto Switch.
it is. It basically is. It's fucking crazy how close it is, but no one talks about it.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
basically like a Switch with like, you know, a disc drive instead of like, you know, SD cards.
Yeah, it's basically an undockable Switch. You kind of just perfected it, really. All right, so now we're on to movie news here. The plot for Spaceballs 2 has been revealed. Somehow, Dark Helmet has returned. 40 years after the events of the first...
Was that your obligatory Rise of Skywalker scream?
No, but the first date hit me and then the other one made it funny. Dark Helmet has returned 40 years after the events of Spaceballs and 50 years after the events of Star Wars A New Hope. And 1 year after the events of Devil Wears Prada 2, the galaxy is under once again under threat. A threat so evil, so unstoppable, so completely lacking in original ideas that it vowed to bring back the past, every last bit of it. With Lone Star in hiding, Queen Vespa on the throne, and the Schwartz stretched thinner than the franchise releasing TV episodes theatrically, the only hope for the galaxy is Vespa's undisciplined son, Starburst. I purposely didn't read this so I could see this on screen for the first time. A mysterious palace advisor named Destiny. Together, they must find Lone Star, Yogurt, and any other iconic legacy characters that fans are demanding before they discover the hard way that while some threats you can fight, the reboot is not one of them. That might be my favorite synopsis for a movie in history.
I love the energy that went into writing that synopsis, and I am hoping that this movie delivers, because why else would you bring back Rick Moranis from retirement?
Also, why would you, when you're 98 or 97, shot when you're 98, be like, you know what? Fuck it. I have an idea. We are making Spaceballs too.
I mean, this, if it could be his magnum opus, like just everything wrong with Hollywood, because it's been a minute since he's done like a real like big movie, hasn't it?
What was the last one?
I mean, I'm not sure if I'm gonna count like the World 2 like weird thing
History of the World.
below. Yeah, the History of the World 2. Like, I don't really count that.
I don't even think he. Well, no, he definitely didn't direct any of it. He's just a producer and wrote it.
So what was the last movie he did?
The last movie he did was
he did. I mean,
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
When did that come out?
1995.
Oh my god.
As I'm saying, it's been a minute because like the only other like movie of his, well, an adaptation was like the questionable like film adaptation of The Producers, and that came out like 21 years ago. I still like it, but the problem is it's literally just a Broadway show. It's like this could have been, you could have just done this with a pro shot.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the link that they gave for this thing is not what the link for what I thought it was. All right. Anyway, so Netflix, Paramount, Sony, and Versant are in early talks about buying Letterboxd.
No.
Why? Outside of purposely buying it to want to skew reviews, why the fuck would you want to own Letterboxd?
This might actually be worse than like Fandango owning Rotten Tomatoes, because now you're like directly controlling like a platform that's mostly for audience reviews.
Yep. It's it's like, I don't know how people that like, I've seen people who are like, well, I don't know what the big deal is. Do you know how much people, even that aren't big movie enthusiasts, depend on Letterboxd and it not being some fucking corpo douchebaggery shit?
Yeah, so all the things you accuse like Disney and like Marvel of like doing, saying, oh, you pay reviews, seeing the reviews, I'm like, get ready for those conspiracy theories to be true, baby.
Yeah, you're actually gonna start seeing paid fucking reviews. All right. I know Bree at least, and I know Mike should, are going to get a kick out of this. The next item, I am going to show one of my favorite things that I've ever seen on Twitter, and because this company's social media account has been on fire before, but they were fucking on one when they posted this. Disney is exploring a free version of Disney Plus. Tubi, often imitated, never duplicated.
Fucking love Tubi.
No, yes, Tubi is the best streaming service. It is, by the way, Tubi, friend of the show, Lee Crap. Hey, if you ever want to pay us to do promo, we would like really be into it. But anyway, I'm like, this is really a thing, and I actually talked about it with like some friends of my writing group. I mean, Mike, you probably know about this more. The whole song and dance with like Disney and like ESPN for like a hot minute, saying, "Oh, should we split it up ESPN?" Well, I think that, and possibly, and this would be the bigger thing, them splitting and selling off ABC. I don't think that's that crazy. And again, I don't want to get political, but every year, what Rupert Murdoch did by selling the Fox studio is looking like one of the smartest, most savviest moves in Hollywood. Because whatever tea leaves they were reading were right. And this is why, just not to get too off topic, Paramount is just going to end up screwed either now or 3 years from now. Because building like these Omega, like Hydra studios in this current media landscape, it's not sustainable.
And also, in all reality, doesn't really benefit you. Doesn't. Now, all right. There has been a thing that has been said on this podcast more times than I can humanly count, and it has been a statement that Bree has said 1,000 times, and I have always had a counterpoint. And that counterpoint, Bree, say your statement.
Which one? Because I said a lot of things.
About what streaming services are becoming.
Oh, right. So, hi, Brock. What streaming services do you get? All right, let's see. You get the Netflix, right?
Yep.
You get the Hulu.
Yep.
I hope to God you don't have Paramount Plus.
I do not.
Good. All right. We're bundling all these like different services together. Oh, there's some like free over the air with commercial streaming services. What is that like?
What?
I don't know.
What did you say they said they were becoming? Like?
Cable.
Now, my one rebuttal for every single podcast has always been, no, because technically you get to go pick what you want every time, and there isn't like actual just dead channels of random horse shit that you can cycle through and do all these other things. Netflix has discussed adding live channels and streaming bundles to their homepage. Streaming bundles would include selling subscriptions to other services through the Netflix app. Live channels would include ones that constantly stream movies and TV shows from the actual genre. We are now actually making them cable. This has been the one thing missing. The one thing. This is actually just cable.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what like Hulu Live is, and when I had Paramount, when there's nothing on it, and I fucking wasted my money for 2 years. They had some live channels, but I would imagine Netflix is probably going to be more extensive, and they'd probably have like a similar model to like Hulu has, where you can buy subscriptions to Stars and HBO Max. I'm imagining that's what they mean by that, but still.
It's just cable. It's just cable.
I actually had a conversation with like my folks too. They're like, oh, if we cut the cable, I'm like, if you're cord cutting, it's actually going to probably end up costing you more money. And like half of the cable packages is just like your streaming, subscriptions anyway that are paid by the cable company. So it's like, there's really no incentive.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, depends on where you live. So I'm going to be outright honest with you. I got Disney Plus, Netflix, and Amazon. And I pay around $50. If I want basic bitch cable through TDS here, I'm getting charged $140 a month.
Yeah.
Now, give or take, there's options and stuff like that. But for $10 with my roommate, I have YouTube TV. Which is essentially the same damn thing. And much better, in my opinion. Why watch Fox on my TV when I could pay a separate subscription to watch it on streaming? You're getting the meaning of capitalism, Umbreon. You're finally understanding.
It's a true spirit of Christmas.
It is. All right. This is a category that we're going to talk about, but I also need to bring something up because now I can factually say it because the smoke is cleared. Who in the actual fuck at the Emmys decides who gets awards, and how has through the entirety of the 6 years of The Boys being on TV has Anthony Starr never been fucking nominated for playing Homelander?
Honestly, that's a great question.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think Bob Odenkirk won at all for Better Call Saul.
I don't care if you win. He never even got nominated. That's what blows my mind. If he got nominated and didn't win, that's fine. But like, 6 years of being one of the most compelling villains on TV, and you don't ever get nominated one time? When he's giving a Heath Ledger Joker level performance?
It's just so odd that The Boys has just not really like been a thing, even though it's been like pretty like critically acclaimed and like well reviewed. And it's not like the Emmys doesn't do like genre shows either, because oh my god, Game of Thrones was there for like God knows how many fucking years.
Yeah, I don't know. It irritates me in ways I can't describe because that dude deserves a lot. All right. Spider-Man Noir has been nominated for 11 Emmys. Best title design, best original music and lyrics, best cinematography, best production design, best prosthetics and makeup, best music composition, best sound editing, best sound mixing, best special visual effects, best stunt coordination, best stunt performance.
Oh, how convenient. All the awards that they don't show on TV.
Yep.
Somebody caught that. It's really good, Umbreon. It's like really good. It's one of the most toned down performances Nick Cage has ever given. In like in a good way.
No, Nick Cage can cook when he wants.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. 100%. Like I finally watched I'm blanking on a title. A few weeks ago I finally watched Matchstick Men for the first time.
Ooh.
You ever know what it's like to piss blood?
Still one of my favorite Nick Cage movies is Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
That's a classic.
No, it's really good. English good or bad? Age-old question. All right. Tom Holland reveals he and Zendaya got a whole crew sent home to rewrite Spider-Man scene that wasn't working. I would never ever dream of saying this as an actress to an actress I wasn't with. I said to her, "Do you think this scene is working?" And she was like, "No, I don't think it's working at all." Then I went and sat down with Destin and said, "Hey man, I know we've been shooting for hours, but I don't think this scene is working." He said to the crew, "Everyone can go home. We're going to sit down and rewrite the scene." We came in the next day, reshot it, and I'm glad we did because it sings in the movie.
I'm glad he said something.
Yeah. He's like, it was just so funny. I was thinking about it like, if it wasn't for Zendaya and I sitting across from him, imagine someone else's coverage being like, "Do you think this is working?"
By the way, Holland is actually a producer on this, so he actually has the power to be like,
Yes.
Yeah, no, go back in the kitchen and start over.
It makes sense. All right. Christopher Nolan says Odyssey whiners have nothing on rabid Batman fans. When asked about online backlash against casting decisions in the Odyssey, Nolan calmly reminded the interviewers, "I spent 10 years of my life dealing with Batman." All right. Oh, man. I'm trying to get not through the chunkiness bit here. Nolan acknowledges that when he signed on for 2005's Batman Begins, writers and artists have been working on this beloved character for almost 65 years, and a lot of frightened thoughts were out there about what he represents. And I learned over time on that trilogy is that you can't worry about any of it at all. What you have to do is honor the original text by interpreting it in the strongest way you personally can, dismissing conversations had about the film before anyone else has actually seen it. Meaningless. Nolan says the only approach he knows is how to tackle the material in a way that feels sincerely best to him. In the end, fans of the property, even when we are doing something that was not what they would have done, enjoyed the sincerity of the attempt to be put into a version of it on screen as we could. I wouldn't say enjoyed most of it. All I can do is make the best film I possibly can in the most sincere way. It's very different from how anyone else would do it, but that's what adaptation is.
Which correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't people really pissy when Heath Ledger got cast?
Oh, unbelievably pissed. Unbelievably. The Brokeback Mountain guy's gonna be the Joker? It's every time when it was freaking Michael Keaton.
Meanwhile, like, that's the standard for every Joker that's pretty much freaking come after it, which is like, oh my god. But no, you know what? I've actually kind of grown a soft spot for Nolan over the years because, I think his stubbornness of like, no, film isn't going to completely die. I think the problem is we need more people like Christopher Nolan that are just stubborn and just believe they keep wanting to innovate, how films are made. Also, one of his favorite films is Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
That's just so wholesome.
It's just so weird.
But he's correct.
I know. I'm trying to I'm lower on it than most people are, but I still acknowledge that it's really funny.
It's a part of Christopher Nolan that's American, because I think people forget that technically he's American.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, in my brain, picture one of the most, well-kept, well-put-together, well-dressed individuals.
Who doesn't have a cell phone or email.
Or email, or nothing like that, just sitting in front of me to go, "Yes, I will jump at you like a spider monkey chip." I'm just trying to picture this, and I can't do it. It's so funny to me trying to think of this. It's just, oh, it's so good. All right, we're gonna keep going on the Christopher Nolan train, but I'm gonna tap one back up to the top here. Christopher Nolan says he hopes Quentin Tarantino doesn't stick to his 10-film rule. Every film I do is the last I'll ever make, and one day I will be right. So every time I want to put everything into the project at hand, I'm never thinking, well, I'll save this for the next one. I don't ever want to think of it like that. I want each movie to be everything. Which, I'm okay with.
I think that's a healthy mindset to have.
It is a healthy mindset to have. I just don't want Tarantino making movies in the spirit of the royal jackass he's been lately.
Lately?
I think I just want
He's
him
been
to
more
go
of a
away
jackass
forever.
than normal, with the comments where he's just literally slamming actors with the power that he has in Hollywood. He shouldn't be doing that shit.
No, I mean, this is why I've never been like a hardcore Tarantino fan, because just like there's a part of him, it's like, I could just watch Robert Rodriguez and just feel less gross at times.
Uh-huh.
Like, did I ever tell you about the most awkward situation in my entire life that Tarantino put me in?
Oh no.
So, being a good buddy of mine, like a brother to me, Morgan Hayden, went to the theater to watch The Hateful Eight. And I don't know what happened or how the cosmos magically aligned, but we got into that theater in like the second to front row in the middle. And we were surrounded by nothing. And I mean by nothing, by 60 to 70-year-old women. When the scene comes up and Samuel L. Jackson is describing the blowjob he made this guy's son give him, and we're watching this naked dude walk up on screen, and we and Morgan are like listening to comments being made by these old women, and we are just slowly slinking into eternity, trying to disappear from all known existence. We're just like, I can't be in here right now. Like, I can't be doing this right now. We're trying not to make eye contact with anyone in this theater based on the comments that we are hearing. Just, oh my gosh. It was not great. It was not great. All right. Christopher Nolan says he told his son that he removed his Oscar from his office while writing the Odyssey as he felt it daunting looking at it. His son replied, "But you didn't win any for writing."
Oof.
Oof. That is such a typical child
savage kid thing to say.
Yep.
Where they don't realize how much of a fucking statement they just made. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. When I saw this, I didn't realize this was a thing. First details on Mike Flanagan's Carrie series. Set in modern day, explores teens' relationships with tech. Will introduce various other characters with their own abilities in each episode. Will change a lot of the book's key moments, including the events from the prom being different. Releasing fall on Prime Video. I don't mean to be that guy, but that doesn't sound like Carrie to me.
What? Here's like my nightmare scenario. This ends up being like the Heathers TV series.
Oh.
You're gonna have to explain that to me.
Okay, so again, I don't want to get political, but Brock, I feel like you'll find humor in this. So, have you watched the original movie Heathers or Heathers the musical?
I believe I've watched the original movie once a long time ago.
Okay, but you know the basic idea of Heathers. They're a bunch of like white bitches, or in the musical, upper class bitches of like a certain thing, but they're same body type, like all skinny, whatever. It's a black comedy. It's satirical, right? So you have that picture in your head.
Yeah.
Okay. What Heathers the TV shows does is that it has the main Heather be like a Tumblr-esque, she uses like, her social justice to like go after people, and there's like this one scene where she goes after like the one football player for like an offensive shirt because it has like, a Native American like, player saying, "Hey, that's racist." and tries to weaponize like her social justice.
I see where you're going with this, and I'm still hoping for the best because I love Mike Flanagan, but
I do too. But man, am I misremembering Carrie correctly? Or was she not the only character with powers in that story?
This sounds like a mashup. This almost feels like Stranger Things, and like the angle they're obviously going is with cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Like it's so like obvious. I'm like, cool. This might have been like a hot, fresh idea 10 years ago.
Like, and even if we wanted to do this and you made the single Carrie movie, which, how long ago was that remake?
Are you talking the one with Chloe?
yeah.
I thought, wasn't that 2013?
It was 2013.
Okay. Like, if they made a singular movie about making it more about cyberbullying and that's what leads Carrie to the prom situation, sure. But this doesn't sound... This sounds like Carrie's going to use her powers like a superhero. This sounds like a CW weekly show starring Carrie.
This is just straight up Stranger Things.
Yeah, but I don't see them having an extra dimension with fucking monsters. Like,
I mean, is that not what the Dark Tower is?
Well, yeah, they're going to put other shit from the Dark Tower in it, which they didn't in Carrie. That's what I'm getting at. Like, if you're going to lead this stuff into it, like...
It's just, it's weird. But also, like, you should see, like, this one, like, very openly gay guy, like, just roast the shit out of Heathers.
God.
And he does it for, like, an hour. The video's incredible.
Oh, I can imagine.
And here's, like, the craziest thing about it is, surprisingly, it wasn't written by, like, you know, like a Ben Shapiro type.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that was just written by someone who thought they were actually being clever.
Yeah. Oh, God, this just hit me. Do you know what this is going to be a bad version of?
Oh, God, what?
X-Men Evolution.
Oh.
Oh, no. I see it. Oh, no.
That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, no.
And they're gonna end up having, like, and we're the Morlocks, and we live away from situations because our powers are different, and we can't be seen in...
It's not because the mother's a, you know, religious nut job. No.
That'll be one episode, by the way. There's no, like, how are you going to carry that out through a TV show where she's always being that level all the time?
I don't know, man.
Alright. Speaking of something I did not know, which is fucking crazy, Lin-Manuel Miranda reveals that he was offered the role to play the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, but turned it down due to scheduling conflicts.
That doesn't surprise me because he was, like, with, you know, Disney doing a lot of stuff, and this was, like, at the height of Hamilton craze.
No, I get that. I'm just trying to picture me liking that character of the Vulture as much, but it being Miranda and not Keaton.
That's
a different character.
Basically.
There's no way, like, Miranda's a good actor, don't get me wrong. But this reminds me of the situation, like, do you guys remember who was originally supposed to star in The Cable Guy?
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to be Chris Farley. That's a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a different movie if Lin-Manuel was in this instead of Michael Keaton. That's fucking nuts. If Keaton was your second option after Lin-Manuel Miranda, that's a fucking switch up. I almost think they wrote the dialogue and his character different after they didn't get him.
No, they probably did.
Man, if there's ever an alternate cut of something, I'm one of those people that really liked Homecoming. I don't know why that movie gets such fucking monstrous amounts of hate, but I thought it was really good. All right, Joe Russo.
Before we go on, I hope it goes through. You know, Lin-Manuel Miranda's doing like an adaptation of The Warriors.
Mhm.
So
I've listened to that
and the
soundtrack. It's really good.
Yeah, I really hope it goes off because Broadway's not doing well right now at all.
It could use a big hit.
Yeah, it could. And it would be sick. The Warriors is awesome. All right. Joe Russo won't reveal whether Doctor Doom has a connection to Tony Stark in the MCU. It will all make sense when you watch the movies. We are back at phase 0. This is starting over from scratch. We want to make sure everybody feels like we're not leaning on anything from the past. That statement coming from you casting Robert Downey Jr. is one of the fucking funniest things I've ever heard in my entire life.
You know, honestly, I wish just Joe Russo would just keep doing like these press events forever. Because he says comedy gold.
I don't know how they haven't gotten the Holland muzzle on him and just been like, put someone in an interview with him that's just like, shut up. Nope, stop saying words. Just stop. That's like, that'd be like the statement of Vin Diesel going, yeah, man, I want to branch out. I want to get new movies. I want to be doing all these things. By the way, I'm doing Fast and Furious 13.
It's going to be so fast and so furious, guys.
It made so much money that we had to wait 6 years to make the second part of this prequel that we thought was going to get made right away.
Well, speaking of it, which his co-star, oh boy, Dwayne has had a bit of a weekend.
Oh yeah, I didn't put the box office in there, but let's take a look at these numbers just really quick.
What do you mean, Dwayne, who all of a sudden wants to do Broadway now?
See, I told you this was relevant. See, I didn't just totally do a side tangent for no reason. No, it was totally planned. But honestly, like this past weekend, it honestly restored my faith in humanity. It's like just a little bit.
Because here's the thing, if you know, don't answer. But if you don't know, take a guess how much Moana made this opening weekend.
Oh God! All right, is it sub 100 million?
Yes.
40.
Getting warmer.
Higher or lower?
Higher.
If you were going to say lower, I actually was going to cry tears of joy. 45?
Lower.
43.
Yep.
Is that in total or just domestic?
Domestic for opening weekend.
I think worldwide it's 95 million. Oh my God. That's what I said. Hey Brock, do you want to guess how much Moana costs? You want to take a guess?
How much it costs?
Yeah, how much the movie? Like, not marketing, just like the movie's budget.
I'm going to guess it's more than that. Oh, dear God. 160 million.
Higher.
Oh, that hurts my soul. How much higher?
A lot higher.
300?
Oh, not that high.
Okay. 240?
Almost there.
250.
250. You want to know how much the original animated Moana cost in 2016 without inflation?
150.
Yup. 150 to 170, depending on who you ask. And may I remind you, like, Moana, like, gross-wise did, like, it did good. Like, it didn't do, like, Frozen numbers. It made around, like, a little smidge under, like, $700 million worldwide. So it kind of did, like, Guardians of the Galaxy numbers, but then it did well enough on streaming that they took, like, their streaming series and remade it into a movie, and it made $1 billion, which, by the way, that movie didn't even come out. It came out literally a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So that's, like, one of the reasons why it failed, because, like, any of the Moana hype, you know, for nostalgia, out of the fucking window.
You haven't been around long enough to gain nostalgia.
Well, not only that, but people got their Moana fix with Moana 2.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, parents can watch Moana at home.
Yeah, We
A better
literally have
version.
one at home.
we have Moana at home.
Literally. Like, I know this won't do it, but I hope this at least pushes remakes off for a little bit.
Well,
I know
I think
it won't kill it, but
Well, this was just a stupid idea on all levels. Because if
Very!
this, like, stuff with, like, Lilo and Stitch, you could go, like, okay, it's based off a movie that's almost 30 years old, which,
that
historically,
everyone loves.
yeah, that's been Disney's, like, cash cow for decades. Like, that milk teat will never fully dry.
Nope.
But may I remind people that Disney has technically been doing remakes since the 1930s? Like, even back then, they were remaking some of their old black and white shorts into
Yep.
colors. And then you have the 90s stuff like the John Hughes 101 Dalmatian live action movies, and then, stuff like Flubber and, like, other stuff. Disney's always been remaking their shit.
Yeah.
But this is so egregiously lazy,
Yeah.
and people saw right through that.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yes, RIP to the Lilo actress. That is sad as fuck. Yeah, I just... Man, Dwayne, take a break and then come back and make movies like you used to, like Walking Tall and The Rundown. I'll take that again. I still don't think he's made a movie I've liked as much as Walking Tall. I don't think he has. The Rundown's close. But, like, he stopped being...
But even, like, stuff like his family stuff, like The Game Plan, he's just, he had this image of being, like, this most likable guy for a while, and his image is just really bad at the moment.
His image is really bad because of everything he tried. He tried to make everything he's in about him. He stopped being Dwayne Johnson acting as a character, and then he just tried to make all his characters be Dwayne Johnson. And that doesn't play well.
No.
It
yeah,
doesn't.
like the Dwayne Johnson of, like, Maui in, like, 2016 is a way different Dwayne Johnson than exists right now.
Yep. This is the same Dwayne Johnson that sells hair care products when he's bald. Yep. He stopped being Dwayne Johnson, the actor, and became Dwayne Johnson, the IP. Pretty much. Pretty much. He became Dwayne Johnson, the living advertisement. All right. 12 states have filed a lawsuit to block the Warner Brothers and Paramount merger. Should be a lot fucking higher than that. Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and Washington. And Paramount is considering relocation of all its operations from California if the state decides to sue to stop the Warner Brothers takeover. I know nothing on the level. I'm not even gonna fucking even try to imagine to act like I know about things like this, but what is the actual legality limit with stuff like this for actual, how do I want to make this statement? Power to stop something like this? Like, what can be done? Can they just, like, say your stuff won't be shown in our state? Like, what does this actually mean? I'm asking that genuinely, honestly.
Well, this is basically, and whoever leaked this, I'm trying to figure out, like, who the hell leaked this, but basically, like, the Ellisons are, like, the equivalent of, like, a child, trying to throw spaghetti at the wall. Like, this is, like, such a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Because, mind you, like, not only would it, obviously screw the people that, work in California, that work at, like, the corporate offices for, like, Paramount and, like, Warner Brothers. Relocating takes a lot of money. It's not like, moving to a new compound if you're, like, a tech company.
No.
It's not like that. Like, literally
Studio
talking...
lots, the whole shit. It's a lot.
Which will cost the Ellisons, like, more money. That's...
Yep.
Because literally this whole thing with, like, Warner Brothers is because they're not doing well. Paramount's not doing well. So that's why they're so desperate. This is like one big Hail Mary, and this is why Netflix pulled out, because they're like, you know what, we don't actually need this, because, Netflix isn't run by fucking idiots.
No. Yes, I did. I'm just trying to think.
Because even if they don't, like, stop the merger completely, and if it still goes through, they're just trying to kick it, like, down the road, because in September, that's when they have their planned close date. if they don't hit that close date, then they have to pay an extra 25 cents a share to each shareholder.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So that's why this crash out's happening. So even if it goes through, it's still going to cost them a lot of money, and my prediction is it's going to end up, similar to like what happened with like Ted Turner, when he purchased MGM back in the 80s. They can't fucking afford this. Even with the Ellisons, like, vast amounts of thing. Like, the amount of debt that they've put on, there's
ridiculous.
No way. Yeah, I just... If it somehow stops, and like somehow this merger stops and it goes to Netflix anyway, I don't think I'll ever stop laughing. I know it's like not a possibility basically at this point because they'll just go, we'll do 200 million. But like...
But even if they do that, like, they still have to turn a profit at some point because it's still a publicly held company.
Yes.
And the shareholders are getting pissy because, see, shareholders are like a double-edged sword.
Oh, yes, they are. They absolutely are. It's just... Ugh. All right. So, we have some sad things we have to get into, but there was one topic that I wanted to speak about because they've announced they're going to be making a new anime. Author defends extreme fan service. The writer of successful animes like Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann, Kazuki Nakashima, declared himself a staunch defender and the use of fan services in provocative scenes in his works. The legendary artist argued that sterilizing stories to make them completely safe and avoid external criticism will end up ruining the industry. He stated that removing bold content weakens the immunity of viewers, leaving them unable to deal with complex themes in the future. Nakashima assured that the creators must be willing to bear the stigma as creative rebellion is vital to keep the medium alive. Censorship destroys anime.
Correct.
No, I like 1,000% agree. Because honestly, like, if Kill la Kill is one of my all-time favorite shows. If you're,
So was I.
if you're completely ignoring the fact that, the obvious allegories for menstruation are there, but besides that, like, if your big thing that you remember from Kill la Kill is the nudity, then...
And you forget the fact that that's a literal plot device in the show.
And also by, like, episode 3, it's like, oh, it's just there. And literally by the last episode where everyone's fucking naked, you don't fucking give a shit.
Yeah, and, like, they make a joke about it. Like, the last part of it, Sumiko goes, oh, man, I can't wait to finally be able to put back on pants. Like... Like, there's, like, the themes and everything that goes on in that, the entire part of it, it's the only one where it's, like, so entrenched in it, of the feeling of, like, covering yourself and not being, it's just, they would never have been able to write that if they would have been like, no, we're too scared, we can't be doing that, we must clothe everyone.
No, I get, certain, like, fan service shows... Like, it's just fucking gross. Like, I get that.
I'm watching Fire Force right now. I know what egregious fan service is.
No, but, like, Kill la Kill's, like, I don't even think you could call it fan service if it's quite literally the fucking plot.
It's literally the plot. Like, they explain partway through that how the clothes and everything is a literal actual antagonist.
And you know what? Let me just say, as being a veteran Bleach watcher, having watched the filler twice in both sub and dub, Kill la Kill has nothing close to fucking booby buckets.
No, they don't. Colin, I believe you can watch... pretty sure you can... No, is it not on Crunchyroll anymore?
It's on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, shit it is! Yeah, Kill la Kill's on Disney Plus.
I think via Hulu, but still.
Yeah, I was about to say Hulu, but yeah, Hulu. It's literally in my top 3 favorite animes of all time. Kill la Kill is fucking fantastic. My favorite female anime character of all time, Miss Mako Mankanshok, is in that show. You will never top her, in my opinion.
And I have, like, 4 different Kill la Kill figures, like, in my room right now. And I have some other plushies downstairs, but because of certain doggos. Haha, you're not getting Satsuki. No. Because, her body will not be dry.
It will not. It's so good, and the intros are bangers, everything bangers. It's the same. Like, Colin, have you seen Gurren Lagann? Because it's the same exact director and writer.
It's basically if Gurren Lagann and Panty and Stocking had a baby.
Except a lot less vulgar language.
Yeah.
And really high, like, anti-fascism statements. Like, literally, the plot is, like, fascist. Like, it's literally a pun to, like, make fun of, like, fascism. And the only thing that kills me is I've always wanted a physical copy of, like, Kill la Kill, but it was fucking licensed by Aniplex. You son of a fucking bitch. You son of a bitch! Where the hell did you... How much did you drop for that?
I got this off Amazon, and I think I paid $60.
Okay, that's not too bad.
But this is the extra OVA and everything, because when I saw this, I'm like, there ain't no fucking way I am passing this up.
Yeah, because, like, at one point, because, you know, Aniplex was trying to do their model like Japan, like, on the entire series, it was like $300.
Oh yeah, this fucking Gurren set? That thing was like $800. I watched that thing drop for years before I bought it for $5. It's ridiculous. But, yeah, I agree with it completely. And they have a final project together coming out. And you will never hear me shut up about it. All right, so, unfortunately, really sad thing happened. First one, Sam Neill has passed away at the age of 78. I'm going to be open and honest. I have not seen a ton of Sam's films outside of Jurassic Park and I just talked about it last week.
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon. But he always seemed to be like one of the kindest individuals. Like, I've never heard a bad thing about Sam Neill. Ever.
No, his social media is thing, and I actually have a story. I kind of told it on my social media account, but for my 3rd grade book report, it was like, I did it on like an adaptation book of like Jurassic Park 3, and I had a camcorder because it was like a video book report, and you had to do it as like a character for, you know, from like whatever book you're reading. So I had dressed up as Alan Grant.
Yeah, nice.
So I mean, Jurassic Park, I think, was a big part of all of our childhood, but, like, Sam Neill as a human being was fucking incredible. Like, if you just read, like, all that shit, and the fact that he had, like, blood cancer, and he was cancer-free, which is kind of what makes this so shocking.
Mm-hmm. It just kind of came out of nowhere, because, like you said, I don't remember, like, it was good, and then just nothing, and then listen, I'm not saying he didn't live a full life at 78, but still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Jeff Goldblum and, like, the now adult Jurassic Park kids, like, they did, like, little tributes and things yesterday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. That's crazy to think how old they would be now.
I think Ariana Richards is, like, a little bit older. She's, like, in her 40s. The kid, he was in Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's right.
Oh yeah, he was. Wow. That's just. It sucks. It really, really sucks. Another one that sucks, but sadly, it's going to turn into a conversation topic. Bonnie Tyler also passed away at the age of 75.
Yeah, that one was another shocker.
Total Eclipse of the Heart and Holding On for a Hero were two of her biggest songs. It's become a meme at this point, but we're gonna bring it up in her honor here. What are your favorite needle drops in movies? And honestly, I'm going to be dead serious. It's Holding Out for a Hero and fucking Shrek 2.
I was about to say that because that was the first thing that came out of my mind. Rent-free for the last 22 years.
Like,
hold on,
it's legit fucking immaculate. It's unreal.
And it's so crazy that wasn't the only needle drop she had in, like, a DreamWorks film. Like, I think she also had a needle drop in Trolls. You know, with the infamous, ate my grandma meme. No, I'm pretty sure that the baby Justin Timberlake character was singing Total Eclipse of the Heart. And that's why he became gray and sad.
Man, I was trying to blank in, but I was trying to come up with some other ones because all the other ones I kept fucking thinking of were from TV shows. But honestly, one of them, and it surpassed my favorite movie intro of all time. My favorite movie intro of all time until a little bit after COVID was the intro of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh.
It's so good. But
Yeah,
then that got supplanted by in Deadpool and Wolverine. I watched that movie 7 times in theaters in its opening week and a half. That intro was worth the price of admission every fucking time.
Ooh. Speaking of intros, Bob Dylan's "The Times They Are Changing" in front of Watchmen.
Oh yeah, that was really good. Stuck in the Middle with You from Reservoir Dogs was really good. Oh, come on. There's got to be something I'm blanking out on here. I know there's something I'm blanking out on here. There's got to be other ones. What the hell ones are we not thinking of?
What other?
Well, you already mentioned one earlier, Cypress Hill in Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, Cypress Hill and Blue Beetle. Gosh, dang it! I know there's some good ones that I'm not thinking of.
Here's probably one of my favorites because it thematically fits with the movie, but Nirvana's Something in the Way.
Oh, Batman?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that goes a couple of times in there. Like, if it ever would have dropped in the movie, I would say Kiss from a Rose for Batman Forever, but it's only ever in the freaking trailers. A decent chunk of James Gunn's films. I will say he did approximately about 13 too many needle drops in
Volume 3.
Guardians 3.
But he's coming. No Sleep in Brooklyn.
That one's good. I will give you No Sleep in Brooklyn. That one was genuinely fantastic. But there'd be many scenes where the scene would just be starting out, and then for no reason, for 5 seconds, a licensed song was playing. Like, what are we doing? No Sleep Till Brooklyn, I think, might be my favorite needle drop he's done.
Oh yeah, no, it fits so hard.
It's so good. But, like, almost everyone he's done in there has been really good. I know there's been more of them, and I can't fucking come up with it. Because, like, there's another needle... Oh, man. I doubt any of you have played the Saints Row games, but that's another one that they used Waiting for a Hero, and it's really good.
I haven't played, but I think I recall that from watching, like, some old, like, Let's Play. I have no idea, like, what prompted me to do that. I don't know.
Steal My Sunshine from Go. Do you know what movie it's in? Colin?
Well, sadly, the other needle drop that I can think of is for the thing I'm working on, and sadly, that doesn't exist as a movie yet.
Okay. I thought you meant the band Go. I forgot who sold Steal My Sunshine. Shit. It's really bugging me that I can't think of any other good ones, because I know there's plenty more.
If you want to get one that's silly... Do you remember that time that Busta Rhymes was in the Rugrats movie?
Oh my god.
There's that. I just remembered one. I'm a fucking moron. Bohemian Rhapsody in Wayne's World.
Oh
god,
duh.
Jesus. Like, obviously, like, one of the needle drops of all time.
Yeah, by far. So freaking good. Just, Reddit, help me out here. The End by the Doors in Apocalypse Now.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that. It's like I just couldn't remember. It's like the Doors for like 5 seconds.
That's another one I forgot about. Wake Up by Rage Against the Machine when Neo goes out of the phone booth at the end of The Matrix.
Yeah.
That's really freaking good. Merzalou by Dick Dale in Pulp Fiction. Shit. All right, I'm blanking. I really thought I would have had more than I could have thought of off the top of my head, but apparently not. All right. There's another one on the end there that we're going to leave for Kiona when we get him back next week. All right, if you guys don't have anything else, that's all I really. Kids in America from Jimmy Neutron. Oh! Shrek 1 All-Star!
Oh
Duh.
God, yes.
And, basically every fucking needle drop in the original Digimon movie. And I mean that with my whole chest. Anyone that has watched that movie and does not think that that movie genuinely has one of the best soundtracks a movie has ever had is a liar. They come out of nowhere, but every one of them fits. Every single one of them. Okay, hold on.
What about from
soundtrack?
Oh God, I'm just remembering this now. What about
You've
Damn It
got
Feels Good to Be a
mail.
Gangsta
From Office Space.
in Office Space?
Office Space, yes.
I'm like, yeah, fuck that printer.
Okay. The Digi-Rap by Paul Gordon, which was fucking phenomenal. Hold on here. All-Star by Smash Mouth. Rockefeller Skank. Kids in America. Hey Digimon. 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies. The Impressions I Get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. All My Best Friends Are Mellerheads by Less Than Jake. The Runaround by Jason Radford. Nowhere Near by Summer Camp. Spill by Show Off. And Here We Go by Jason Gochin. That fucking soundtrack is nothing but bangers. And I haven't watched it yet, but they redid the dub to match the original 3 separate fills that I finally got of this. For those that don't know, the original dub they made to make all these movies connect, they weren't meant to do that. That was only in the American dub, so they redubbed it to make them all separate movies and not connected. Finally might watch that this weekend, but it's so...
Oh, we're forgetting one of the most iconic ones that's been, like, so iconic that everyone's copied it. Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger.
Oh.
Yeah. Eye of the Tiger is up there. People have been chasing that dragon for freaking decades.
There's like a million more, and I know you're gonna come up with like a bunch of them.
I'm gonna
after
come
we...
up with 4,000 as soon as I stop the recording.
Because that's how it always goes.
That's how it always goes. But all right, I think we can end her there. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Renegade Pop Culture. Find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organite Zero. Find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. Bree?
And yes, Umbreon, you're right about Immigrant Song for Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah!
Yep.
That is really good.
All right. But if you want to find me on the social medias, you can follow me at crazylemur.beastguy.social. I'm also on Instagram at Lemur's Rule. One where when this kiddo's feeling a little bit better and a little less spicy, I post pictures of her. And then also on the renegadepopculture.com, we have a new episode of Lay Crap out featuring the Captain America Republic cereals. And yes, I love that thumbnail.
Good Lord. Does
So-
that say started the dynamic vibrator?
Yes, that is actually the name of the weapon that causes earthquakes. I shit you not. I can't think of a better selling point than that.
Dear God. Okay.
So if
That's
you want
a
to,
thing.
so yeah, if you want to listen to like hour and a half of us being like just freaking comic book nerds and remembering shit like Hulk want Freddie Prinze Jr., then boy, I got a podcast for you. So yeah, check that out.
Good God. All right. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you're into Instagram and stuff if you're into Instagram, dear God, if you're into cosplays and stuff of that nature, you can look over on my Instagram and check all that stuff out. Anyways, until next time, we will see you all later.
Adios.
Peace.